That's also he's at 75. I don't think Megan.
We are live.
Yay!
Well, good evening. I welcome to the very first episode of Never Say Die.
Yay.
We are going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight, and I am joined by three lovely people that you may not know. Um, some of them are longtime gamers going back to first edition, some of them more recent, but all great players. My name is Mickey Flint. I will be your dungeon master this evening and over the next several weeks as we run our campaign set in Matt Mercer's uh, land and continent of Wildmount. The amazing source book that just recently came out, we're going to be utilizing. And I hope you guys enjoy it, all you fans of Critical Role. If I mispronounce any of the names, please do not send hate mail. Uh, but let's just jump right into it. First and foremost, our uh, one of our players, Sean. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
What's going on, guys? I am K for Kills and Sean. I've been playing D&D for the better part of 5 years, and I'm excited to get this game going for you guys. Want to see where our roles lead us.
And who will you be playing?
I will be playing Adric Battlehammer, the pirate paladin. He's
Dwarf.
dwarf, yes. The
You left it hanging there.
It's like your trifecta of goodness there. He's a
yes.
paladin, he's a pirate, and he's a dwarf. Awesome. And Matt,
Yes, sir.
say hi to the lovely ladies and gentlemen,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
and
Matt
all the people
Seaborn.
watching this.
Yeah, anybody? Exactly. Thank you. I've been yeah, nice to see you all here. I'm playing Clem, our total cleric of light, and definitely excited for the adventures that Mickey's going to send us on tonight.
God help you, and may He have mercy on your soul.
And
And
poor I
last,
trust.
there you go. Certainly not least, and on her birthday, nonetheless. Everybody say happy birthday,
Yay!
Sasha.
Thank you. Hello. So I'm Sasha, Sapphire Days. And I will be playing Gwendolyn Kerr. She's a half-elf rogue. So that'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, cool. Well, let's jump right into it, folks. And it's only in bad weather that we get to know what our true metal is. And that might be something to think about tonight as you guys take your step into Wildmount. Um, each of you finds yourself in a rather boring and uneventful morning. You took on a job as a guard on this caravan several days back. You left the Marrow Valley and proceeded with the caravan. Some of you for various different reasons, but the caravan master, a elderly but hardened gnome that the rest of the drivers all call Granny Cooper, took you on for the promise of free passport passage if you provided any needed guarding of the caravan. Each of you, for your own reasons, agreed. And it's been now, at least a day and a half on the road when you left from Trostenwald carrying supplies, mostly barley, kegs of beer, along the trade route up to Felderwin, the breadbasket of the Duendelina Empire. You're passing nothing but fields of grain and corn in this very vibrant and agricultural centric area. Livestock grazing, people tending the fields. Generally, very very boring for adventurers. But you prevailed, persevered through the boredom, and after dropping off a good amount of supplies and goods in Felderwin, you thought that you would get a chance to see the city a little bit. Though it's a sleepy town, it's still known to have some interesting and fun points of call. But you were brisked away as the caravan continued onward, arriving in the morning. They needed but a half a day to unload. So within a half a day, you were back on the road for the second leg of the journey, the longer leg of the journey, heading from Felderwin through eastward rather, towards the Ashkeeper Mountains. Your destination and final port of call will be Trostenwald, built along the edges of the mountains. None of you have actually ever been there, but it has brought up a lot of imagery, if you will, of a frontier type town. None of you really know much about it, but for some of you, it was just far enough away. For some of you, it is as good of a port of call as any. So today finds you having left Felderwin, riding along on the caravan as the road continues on. Do you want to tell us a little bit, Clem, how you found yourself on this caravan?
Oh, sure. Well, like most turtles, I have a knack for adventure. Something just called me to explore, and I decided to take a job at defending this caravan as a chance to earn some coin, see the world, and maybe spread the good of Pelor.
Excellent. All right. And Adric, why don't you find yourself kind of in a surly mood, a little bit a bit of a bored time riding on the wagon. How'd you find yourself here?
Well, it hasn't been too hard for a dwarf, since you washed up on shore. But I've been jumping from odd job to odd job, just trying to make a little bit of coin, buy me a new axe. And, you could always trust a dwarf to guard some good ale.
Well, and you guys have both noticed a dark-haired lass. Can't really quite tell how old she is. She kind of kept to herself a little bit. Gwendolyn, what are you getting into? Tell us a little bit about your situation.
Girls gotta make a living. Don't mind constantly moving, so this seemed like the perfect job. Heard about it in Zadash, made my way north. Now I'm heading east.
As you guys carry on, you see Midge Olerfane, who all the drivers just call Granny Copper. You heard one or two of them where she can't hear. You've noticed, giving her that handle. The saying goes with her, she's never met a copper she didn't like. So the gnome is pretty strict with her drovers, and but you are in a caravan. Several different merchants I've signed on. Everything from general goods all the way to the foodstuffs and the ales that Trustenwald is ever so famous for throughout the empire. You've been carrying. She runs a tight ship though, so you've not been able to break out any but your daily ration of grog as a hired hand. Strangely, warm winds have been carrying a subtle scent from the west. A hazy orange light suggests sunset is near, but it's not even midday, as dark clouds twist over the hills. Granny Copper has ordered the wagon drivers to push on in hopes that shelter might be found. A cheer is going up. You hear it from the front as the lead wagon, and word soon spread it's back from them that the caravan has spotted a steadhold along the trail. A small cluster of buildings comes into view as you turn into a small valley. As the caravan approaches, you can pick out large barn, several two-story houses, and some smaller outbuildings. Simple plank walls connect the buildings to create a large, protected courtyard. The caravan pulls up to the large gates at the front of the compound, and a helmeted head peeks over the walls. You can't make out what it is that Granny is saying to the person, but its dramatic gestures toward the coming storm are unmistakable. After a few minutes of discussion, the caravan lurches forward into the courtyard. Wagon drivers quickly get horses loose from traces and into barns and any sort of shelter that they can find. The homesteaders are all in the middle of their own preparations, but they take a moment to help direct the caravan to the houses. You all, along with the four merchants and their retinue, are ushered into the largest of houses. Inside, the furnishings are simple but well built. The family members are in worn but clean clothes. The man who seems to be in charge of the Steadhold approaches. He says, "We don't have much, but it'll be a while before spring crops come in, so we've just got what's left in our winter supplies. But we'll try to keep you folks comfortable while the weather passes." He introduces himself to y'all. This is Midge, and introduces you to Milo Goodbarrel, a halfling who's the Goodbarrel family runs this steadfold. The three of you are escorted in a small but very comfortable area of one of the main houses. And what do you do?
First, Milo, I'd like to thank you for welcoming us into your humble abode here.
Always the least we could do. Doesn't look to be a nasty bit of weather out there.
It really is a beautiful home.
You came up just in time.
Well, we thank you. Thank you. Family's been working this piece of land now for generations, going back 3-4 generations, I should say. Cousins now grown in here, some relations. The Thorngages have been really helping for the last 2 generations or so, I should say.
So you have a nice little community built here.
Oh well, I don't know about community, Missy, but we're a big old family. But yeah, there's some hands that have signed on, and now they got some youngins, and I guess that you would say, yeah, We are a community. Never thought of it that way, though.
Hmm.
Like, geez, what do you say there, Maja? What do you, my youngest, and well, there's Welby, but there's got to be nigh on 50 of us here at the homestead.
Quite a number. Real quick, between you and me, you think I can get a? You have any ale around here?
Oh well, I guess it's been pretty tough. We weren't expecting to be sheltering so many of y'all, um, but certainly if we can find something, we certainly will. The gods say to treat others like you would want to be treated, and certainly we try to live by that. We And you kind of see him. He's kind of like rubbing his hands a little bit, kind of counting over the number of people in the room, and you know.
We'll try not to be too much of a strain on your resources.
Milo, what do you grow on this land?
Well, we have we grow some tubers, we grow some corn, mostly some wheats. Then we have livestock. Try to do a bit of dairy as well. Land is good here. Land is it's good. It's just this time of year it's a little bit tough. We haven't had the spring planting just gone in, and we're still living off the winter stores.
Is there any reason at all that you seem to be a little low at this time, or?
Well, it's just the time of year. We don't get much coin. We try to grow a little bit extra and sell it into the city. But that coin goes pretty quickly throughout a long winter, and we're to that point of the year where we're just a little poor in the coffers, if you know what I'm saying. But we'd be happy to. We'll provide you some lodging as best we can, and we'll certainly try to feed you as best we can.
It's much appreciated.
Yes, very much appreciated.
Mm. Oh.
How's the storm looking?
You guys take a look outside, and the wind is starting to whip up quite a little bit. You take a look. You're getting comfortable, and you're taking a look around. You can see, it's got that strange orangish darkness that really bad storm precedes bad storms. Wind is starting to really pick up. You do see that Milo is working with his wife Addie, and they're directing some of the younger family members to are setting some tables up. They're trying to, coming up out of the cellar. You see they're bringing some foods up um, uh, to put together some kind of meal for you all. Um, why don't you guys each give me a perception test check, rather?
Did you see my
Alright.
roll?
I didn't. So why don't you just tell
Yeah, I
me?
have a thing. It was a not 20. So
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 23.
Very
There we
nice.
go. I think it should show up now.
I'll have mine in a
Wait.
second.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah, first roll of the game
Oh, that's
of the new campaign. Yeah, it's nothing like being at the mercy a little bit of roll 20 sometimes, but and the internet when everybody is home and on it. Okay, so looking out, but looking back into the room as you do, you can tell that they're a little bit nervous, and Mrs. Goodbarrel, a halfling lady named Addie, you see her kind of looking very nervous and very upset as she's trying to get Milo's attention about something. Hey, I just saw your perception
A little bit
rolls.
late.
Yeah, they just are popping up on my screen. So that's pretty funny. So Gwendolyn, you kind of noticed that, with your astuteness of observation of people, um, which has kind of saved your life a time or two up until this point. You kind of get that. Um, you start to smell the smells of food being prepared, the sounds in the kitchen have been gathering. You see Granny walk over and fish in her pockets, somewhat begrudgingly, coughing over some coins, which Milo, um, you can see him nodding thanks to. And as he walks over to you, he lets you know, well, the young ladies are busy, and the gentlemen are building up the fire. Or actually, it's our my nephew Thomas, who is quite the cook, and his sister Ada. So they are hard at work in there, and we'll certainly have something for you to break your fast on soon.
Do you need any help?
Oh, labor isn't ever the issue. It's more, materials and funds, as they say. And he kind of looks at you hopefully.
I'm gonna take out 5 silver, and
Okay.
I'll just hand it over to him.
Um, he looks at
Kinda.
what you're offering, and his eyes kind of grow wide a little bit, and he's like, well, yes, thank you so much. Uh, uh, this is wonderful. And he hands the mother here, just with the rest. And she kind of grabs it, and she goes, "Oh, thank you so." And you can see like everyone else in the room, the whole family and the extended family seems to have like picked up. This is like a big deal for them. Um, and Milo kind of starts clapping his hands, and suddenly there's a loaf of bread now and a rind of cheese that has seemingly materialized as if from a summoning spell, and lands down on the table where they leave you a knife, and uh, a mug of ale appears suddenly in Adric's elbow, as if materializing out of some kind of planar gate.
Drink up,
Permanent
boys.
smile. Aye. I'm gonna house that pint. It's been a long day.
It's been so boring.
With the wind howling, gives kind of a background to your conversation.
I'm gonna go out
I'm
to
gonna,
the door and just kind of peer outside.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my maps that I'm working on and just work on adding in the farm or the where we're at.
All right. So as this large turtle kind of stands up and shuffles through, you have to kind of be careful within the farmhouse not to knock this halfling size furniture askew. It is a little bit of a, you have to very kind of be deliberate and ponderous. The dwarf, meanwhile, just barely, just having a fine time. It's everything seems to be right at his level, so to speak. But as you make it to the door, you're kind of looking out. The wind, you're having to hold the door pretty firmly in hand. You see Well, let's see what you see. Roll. Give me one more perception. Champ.
Absolutely.
Um, over the you don't hear it at first. It takes a bit, but over the wailing of the wind and the hand, you start to hear. It almost sounds like crying or yelling, and you look up to see a small figure uh, running at you from outside through the fence and the gate, running into the courtyard of the homestead. They
A
took
child.
Wobbly. They took Wobbly. She says as she comes running pell mell into the courtyard. She sees you and gives a bit of a start, but doesn't completely freak out. But she's kind of looking at you and trying to figure out how to get past you into the house.
I'll move slightly to the side and allow her in.
Okay.
Say Warbly.
She kind of gives you the side, like to get by you, but runs in. She's already the rain is starting now to fall, amongst the wind, and you can hear her and the rest of you inside hear as she runs into the main room. They took Wobbly! They took Wobbly! Some monsters came and they took Wobbly!
Monsters.
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 You guys hear a loud crash, and you turn around just in time to see a tray of mugs that Addie Goodbarrow was carrying drop to the ground.
I'm gonna go pick them up.
Okay. She doesn't really, Ada Goodbarrow doesn't really appear to care about the mugs, but she's over now with the young girl. Maya, slow down, slow down. Took Wobbly. What are you talking about, girl? She just keeps saying, the monsters, they took her. The monsters, they took her.
Who's Warbly?
Oh, that's
Wobbly?
that's the lass's brother. That's my grandson. Milo lets you know.
Ooh.
Monsters,
Girl,
you say?
stop your nonsense. Where's your brother? She kind of just seems to be like in hysterics, crying at this point.
Can you tell us what these monsters look like?
Huge. They had big, shiny, pointy teeth, and they took them. They just snatched them.
Were they running? Were they flying? I'm gonna kneel down next to her and like kind of wipe her tears.
Okay. Um. Give me just a straight charisma check.
There you
Oh,
go.
you are very comforting. Um. So, much to a little bit of the surprise, both for you, Clem, and from you, Adric, this kind of very tough as nails, no nonsense girl that you had recently met seems to be very soft and comforting to the little girl who's much smaller as a small halfling. Um, but as she begins to calm down between sniffles, she lets you know that they were by the beehives because we wanted to pick some honeycomb to have for you all, and they came right out of the trees and grabbed them, and they were big. They were much bigger than we were, and I know they had sharp teeth. I saw the teeth.
Well,
Where
you
are they?
happen to. Oh,
Oh, good. You're comforting her.
okay. Well, darling, I happen to be well versed in monster hunting, so maybe we can help. I'm gonna look to the boys. Care to go on an adventure?
Thought you'd never ask.
Absolutely.
You certainly shan't go alone, Milo says. I'll grab some of the boys and we'll go sort this nonsense off. He looks back at the little girl and tells her, "Girl, you stay here, but this best not be any of your malarkey, or there'll be hell to pay when I get back."
I'm gonna pat her on the head and pull out my bow. And walk out the door.
All right. As you guys go to get leave the door with and you see Midge kind of taking in the whole scene. She's actually lit a pipe, like she's got a clay pipe, this wizzled old gnaw, and she's kind of been leaning back against the wall, and she kind of motions towards you with her head a little bit and blows out a big cloud of smoke at you.
Yes.
Yourself killed? Then I'm short 3 hands. Don't get yourself killed.
That's the plan. I've lasted this long. I don't think a few monsters are gonna take me out.
Well, if you think you have everything you need, but if you don't, I know I'll have a word with somebody, with old Bill John, the general store merchant over there. I'm sure he could supply you and outfit you if you did need something.
I think for now I'm all set. Are you guys set?
Unless you have some arrows that are different than what I have.
Well, that would be something you need to talk to him about.
All I need is my shield and the light of Pelor. Monsters took the child. We will help this good barrel. Warbly shall return.
All right. Well, I wish you well, and hopefully you'll be back. We still got a long way to go to Trustenwald.
Consider this us stretching our legs.
I walk out.
I follow.
As you guys
I
step
grab
out,
the piece of cheese and follow out too.
all right. As you're going out, Clem, you feel a hand kind of reach up and kind of grab you on the from below and kind of grab you on your the shell and kind of
Sure.
tug you back a little bit. You turn around to see Milo. He's and says to you, I gotta tell you, the girl, my granddaughter, she can tell a tale or two at times, but I don't believe that she has in his case. I just talked to her a little bit. It went from huge to large to then just larger than her. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be running into out there, but I can't tell you how much it means to me and my family that you're all so willing just to step right in. But I can't be just allowing you to go off without any kind of reward. So I'm willing to do anything. There's certainly something in it for you if you can help us get my granddaughter back, my grandson back.
Well, that's very much appreciated. We we appreciate the roof over our heads tonight, and beyond that, maybe you should talk to my friends, as I don't require much.
Fair enough.
Let's get your grandson back first.
Milo runs off, and you can see several of the halflings kind of pulling together. It's almost a comical sight to you, as you see them pulling out pitchforks, wooden rakes, and lighting torches as they start to head off and bring you over to the area where the young girl had indicated.
Is the little girl around, or is she still crying?
She's stayed inside,
Okay.
inside the house, but she's calm enough now that she's just kind of got that those after effects that she can't get quite rid of.
Sure.
So, but you could talk to her if you wanted to.
Just as we're walking out the door, say, little girl, these monsters, were they bigger than me?
Um, I don't know. Probably not. No,
Don't
you're
worry, we'll
pretty.
get your brother.
You're pretty
I'm big.
big. You
Yeah,
are.
I am.
Good. Well, then get my brother back, please. He's a pain sometimes, but I don't want it to get him eaten by monsters. And with that, she kind of breaks down into more tears and kind of loses it a
Sure.
little bit.
All right, I'll go out and find the others.
Okay. There either of you make any preparations while in the yard as the rain starts to patter down and
May
the
I?
yard starts to turn a bit muddy?
Yeah. Do we know where we're going? Like the direction we need to go?
The band of halflings um who work the land, they certainly know where the beehives that she mentioned were, and start to lead you off in that direction. You've got Milo and a few of the braver farmers, including the boy's father. Um, they lead you and the rest of you out to the hives where Welbley was apparently taken.
Is there any like places I can duck into to kind of make myself a little more unseen?
Yeah, I mean, there's like they're very low, because they're low walled the field separators. But even for halflings, they're even a little bit lower. But certainly you could crouch down and get some cover if you needed to
Trying
as
to
you're
hide.
moving. Of course, yeah. Um, the wind is definitely rising though, and it's starting to whip over the fields. You can really smell that dampness in the air as you're starting to feel even a little bit of precipitation now hitting your face. You're starting every once in a while hearing a distant
Pull up my
crack
hood.
of thunder.
Pull up my hood.
As you guys start to get towards the hives, there's definitely a misty rain that's now really starting to fall. You're starting to feel it soak into your cloak. It's starting to run through the rivulets through your shell, Clem, um, kind of making you a little bit happy.
Feels nice.
Um, you guys approach. You can see what she's talking about. There have been set up beehives in a field that is surrounded by a grove of fruit trees. And there's probably 15 or so beehives in this small, kind of secluded um, little grotto within the trees. Um, when you gaze beyond, however, you can see that there's some hills and darker trees are off beyond this area.
Um, where exactly did they come and take your brother?
She's still back at the house,
Oh,
but
We wouldn't bring a child with
Milo
us.
kind of looks at you a little bit and is wondering how many of those ales you actually had. But he lets you know, oh, Master Dwarf, the girl said that they were just over by those beehives just around it over there.
hmm.
And you can see like these the 5 or 6 of these halflings have now spread out, and their torchlight is kind of lighting up this area. So you guys can make out pretty clearly if you want to do some kind of reconnoiter.
I want to nudge Clem.
Yeah, I'd
and
love to.
Go ahead.
let's take a look.
Yeah, head over to the beehives.
You
and
said there's
boots
like
on the ground.
trees near like the edge of where the hives are, right?
Yeah, behind it. Basically, so that the bees have some place to pollinate. Mm, there's a lot of fruit trees in this area, but you can clearly see beyond the fruit trees where
Hmm.
more of a proper wood begins and continues up into these hills that are further beyond, um, off towards the northwest.
May I duck into the trees and hide
Yeah.
and start looking around? Do you want me to roll stuff?
Give me a stealth first. The other two of you looking around just
Ugh.
by the beehives. You immediately, as you walk up, you can see a basket that has kind of been tossed aside. There's a few honeycombs that were in it have spilled onto the ground. The grass in this area clearly shows. I mean, you can even a casual look at it shows that there's definitely been some kind of struggle in this area, and there are footprints that that are now heading off into the woods, clearly visible, more than
When I
one.
see the footprints, I'm gonna say a little prayer to Pelor and cast guidance on myself,
Okay.
and mention. I think we see a sign of where he may have gone.
Are you looking
See that?
you're looking at the footprints and whatnot? Is that what the guidance
Yeah,
is for?
looking at the footprints. Yeah, just
Yeah.
giving myself guidance. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a survival with a D4 added on. Oh. Well, you see the
I got the
footprint.
D4.
No.
Wow.
Come on.
The curse of the
Change your
shirt.
color.
That's
I think I need to already.
brutal. Well, Pelor seems somewhat distant, and not really paying attention to you at the moment. You recall one of the adages of your god is that he helps those who help themselves. So you begin to try to see as best you can, but you're not really seeing much. Um, you can tell that the footprints that you see were probably made by at least a couple of different creatures. Um, it's not just one. With your 8, it's kind of hard to give you more than that.
No, yeah, absolutely. Oh, what do you make of this?
What I make of it is that they went that way, and I start following the footprints.
Can I
All right,
look
well,
up and
give me a survival check as well, Adric.
Nice.
And if you're doing the same thing, Gwendolyn,
Yeah, I kind of want to
in
like
more
look at the
into the woods.
trees, like kind of look
Okay.
around because she
Give
mentioned they came from the tree.
Yeah, give me a survival as well. Okay. Um, partially because of the shelter of the trees, Gwendolyn, and partially because you're looking a little bit clearer. Uh, you could see that there were indeed several creatures, but their feet were definitely small. Smaller type of feet. Almost looks like children's feet, perhaps. Um, but there is definitely one or two prints that you see that are much larger and deeper, set into the muddy ground.
Going to knock an arrow.
Okay.
Just be ready for something.
Adric, as you are surely and stomping into the woods, you're just by looking down, and maybe your experience, you can tell just by looking. Those are those filthy goblins. You hate them, but those are, if you've ever seen them, that's a goblin. That's a bunch of goblins footprints if you ever saw them before. But you also see something in there that's bigger than a goblin, significantly bigger than a goblin as well.
Hmm. I want to actually. All right. Yeah, I can tell you right now that these are goblins and something larger.
Um, Milo overhears you. Go- Goblins, you say? Here? Oh, well, that's bloody bad news. Bad news indeed. We're not ready for goblins. We got pitchforks and the like here.
Hmm.
Would you be willing to go and fetch my granddaughter for us?
With pleasure. And I hit my sword against my shield.
Oh, I thank you kindly, Master Dwarf. If anything happened to her ma, she'd never be right.
We'll bring her back safely.
Um, Sasha, you can see that from the woods that there's something of a game trail that leads further deep into the woods, and it looks like these footprints meet up with that.
Okay. Clem, Adric. And I just kind of like motion to them from.
I'll look up and I'm gonna scoop up some piece of that honeycomb and then walk over.
Okay. All right. So you see a group of these halflings are now standing in this clearing behind you with their torches, and with from that light, some of it is now gesturing into these woods um, as the rain is falling pretty steadily now. It's soaking kind of rain, but the wind is kind of whipping it around. However, as you enter into the woods, some of that gets mitigated. So it's not no longer flying sideways and whipping through your faces anymore. Um, but the crazy dancing of the torches as they struggle to not be put out in the driving rain, the light is kind of making crazy patterns all throughout the area as you find yourself in the woods.
Seeing that the torch lights are going out, I'm going to say another incantation and cast light on my mace.
Okay. So you say a prayer to your god, and slowly at first your mace starts to somewhat give off this kind of ghostly light that quickly illuminates brighter and brighter and brighter, and you get this very pure white radiance now coming off the head of your mace.
I give Clem a nod of approval.
Smile and nod back. Pelor shall guide us to the missing child as I slobber some honey into my mouth.
I mean, these tracks are working pretty fine too.
I hear Paylor's name and I'm kind of like, all right, let me just keep following the footprints.
All right. Then let's see. How are you guys marching into the wood? What's your order? Or are you going three abreast? What are you doing?
I do not want to be first because I have my bow.
I
And
did
I
go
realized
charging off.
I realized
anyway.
I should have brought up the map before, because I was trying to show you guys things like the from the farm and pictures of the farm, and I realized that nobody probably saw that.
Oh no!
at home. So sorry about that.
It was
I'll-
very pretty.
yeah.
It was a nice map.
Pretty little house. It's very cottagey. It's got like a cobblestone fireplace. They've got kind of like this open china cabinet thing holding plates. Looks very cozy.
Yeah, if the map is up now, you can see that. But the map should come up now since as we're going into an area that we'd want it. Okay. All right. So sorry about that. The order, marching order. If
I
you
guess I'd
told me, I missed
be-
it.
I'll say I guess I'd be first since I kind of ran off towards the footprints.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I could be number 2,
And I'll cover the rear.
All right.
holding my shield and mace.
Okay. Edric, as you're trying to follow the footprints and whatnot, give me a survival check at advantage.
Nice.
That ought to do. The ground is very soft because of the wet and the loam and whatnot. So you are really quite easily able to make out this group of footprints that are trogging through. But as you're going, the storm is intensifying, and it's getting darker and darker underneath the canopy. The light from Clem's mace is providing you enough to be able to see, and your natural dwarf vision is better in these dim, dark areas. You're able to make out more detail than the rest of your companions. But it is getting dark as you're making progress along this trail.
I can see just fine.
That's true.
I can't.
Just follow me.
That's why I
Clem.
brought the light.
That's why you have the
why I
light.
brought the light. That's why I brought the light.
Um, after about 20 minutes of following this path that of footprints in this soft loam underneath these dark trees, it the area pretty much meets up with what appears to be almost an old stream bed that is now starting to fill up towards at the bottom. It almost looks like if there's on one side of it there might have been a better used path along one side of this stream bed that clearly with the moss and debris in the bottom of it hasn't been flowing very strongly. However, with the rain, you see starting to see more and more of a flow of water along it. The footprints then start to head along that path that seems to be heading almost due north.
Looks like they went up this way. Keep trudging along.
I agree.
All right.
Mm,
Oh,
All right. So you guys are underneath the canopy.
Trees.
It's definitely very dismal and dark as you guys
Oh,
proceed along the game trail. But the pathway that you see opens up. And you guys will have to bear with me just a sec, because of course
Oh, there it is.
I
There
had you in
we go.
the exact opposite order that you chose. So as you follow this kind of rapidly developing area of dried out creek bed that's now suddenly not so dry anymore. The You see the pathway is kind of running this way. The footprints.
Just want to keep going. Just keep.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have
Best we can do.
control.
Nice.
As you start to move down to that area or so, you hear a very loud crash of thunder and a bright peal of lightning almost instantaneously as the storm seems to now be nearly over you. A lot of it is the flash of light has been filtered by the dense canopy over the top of you. However, what's everybody's passive perception?
13?
Oh,
I think that's the
14.
highest. Oh, you have a 14. Okay.
14, wow.
Clem, in that bright flash of light, you just see something moving underneath the deadfall that looked like it was a burrow, and charging out of it comes a large tusked creature running directly at you. I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Don't forget to click your token.
There might be an issue with seeing the map right now.
All right. I don't know why. You guys can see it okay, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, we might need to bring the camera character in here.
Yep.
Oh wait, maybe that's why I did it wrong. Ah,
There you go.
I didn't realize I had to click it on the character sheet. I like clicked my token and then rolled a d20.
Yeah, you have to click your token and then click the character sheet, and then it'll work.
Got it.
Yeah. Intricacies of roll 20.
Hang on, I'm just trying to figure out why that's not working.
It's all good.
All right, as we hopefully get that solved. All right, so I don't know why that's not working. Hang on, guys, just one more second.
No, it's there. If you look towards the bottom, you can see the. Oh no, maybe not.
I see what the
Never
problem
mind.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
I got it.
Okay. Yay, first episode. Figuring out the kinks.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that token. It like completely disappeared.
Tusk thing came in, cast darkness on the entire map.
All right, I think that might have just done it.
It's a live feed of what Clem sees.
As he's tucked his head into his shell.
Yeah. Shell defense.
All right.
Yeah, it's still a black box.
Okay.
Adventures in Roll 20. Never say
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't know why. Everything was so tightened up last time.
Is he
Yes,
zoomed into the wrong area, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm literally redoing the whole thing.
So while we're waiting, have any of you considered Devotion to Pelor? The Dawnfather.
It's like I once again go,
I'm just gonna shrug.
All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's see, Adric
I
being out front, you see these two tusks of this, and you hear the kind of deep, and you see this come, starting to move out from the clearing as it smells you coming and rushes out to you.
boy. Right, ready that shield.
Okay. You have movement. You have an action.
Yeah. I'd like. Can I would like to hold my action until that thing. I'm just gonna ready my shield and
Okay.
let it come to me.
Sounds good. And then if it comes to you, what's
Oh, there.
what's going to trigger it?
I guess once it becomes within 5 feet, so I can try to catch it, like with a sword.
Okay. Okay. All right. Gwen. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to figure out getting the cameras to
Yeah.
work, guys. I apologize for that.
Bear with me just a second.
It's all good.
I'm trying to remember. Haha.
Gives us more time to plan.
Enjoy while you can. Let's see. What is. Oh, why doesn't it tell me? Sorry, I'm trying to find the range on my bow, but it is not showing up. Ammunition range 2 and
I think I got it.
let me. Bear with me for 2 seconds. I just gotta check. 83. Okay, so I need 95. Okay, I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm gonna shoot it with my short bow.
Okay.
Why did that not work? Come on. Oh, wrong one. A 19.
Okay. Yeah. So you pull out your short bow, and with that the grace of the elves still evident in your lineage, you snap off a quick shot. The rest of you almost barely even see her putting arrow to knock when suddenly it appears quivering inside the side of this boar's large chest.
For 7 damage.
All right. And you just kind of hear knowing, so you know you made a solid hit. All right, Clem.
Knock another arrow.
I'm gonna move up a little bit and ready a spell for the pig to come within range.
Okay.
So ready in action. I will say an incantation. Your tusks may be sharp, no match for his radiance. We eat pig tonight and cast sacred flame when he gets close enough. So
Okay.
if he gets close enough, I should say.
All right. So the pig, the boar, starts charging out at you, and runs forward to just there. And as it does so, you hear a second squeal as a second comes out of their den and rushes forward to there.
Cool. He's
Done.
close enough for my spell to go off.
Okay. Which is
Sacred flame. Dexterity save.
okay. 17.
All right.
So makes
Nothing.
a save.
Makes the
And
save.
yeah, so it appears like this bolt of holy radiance from your god seems to come right out of your hand, illuminating the lead boar. You see it kind of crackle and whatnot, but it almost seems to wash off of it as opposed to doing any damage to it.
I think God is like, oh, the hell with this. And as a bonus action, I'll pull out one of my javelins. I'm gonna huck it at that first one that was already shot with an arrow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
I just click javelin, right? Sasha?
Under, yeah, if you go under not your equipment, but like your, what is it called? It's like right underneath where like your hit points and everything are. Your javelin should be listed there.
Yeah.
Yeah, click that.
Sick.
And then if that hits, you're gonna click in the chat where it says javelin. You're gonna click that to do damage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so your javelin, you with some dwarven fury, you haul out this javelin out of your backpack where it was strapped to the side and hurl off a mighty shot, and it quivers into the side of this boar. Roll your damage. Actually, yeah, I'll give it to you. Technically, you were 35 yards away, so you should have rolled
Oh.
at a disadvantage.
Do you want me to roll another d20? I
Nope.
could.
Nope, that's
Ah.
fine. So you see this javelin quiver into the side of this, and it just tears out a mighty gash out of the side of it. And it starts to go down, but you can kind of see as it folds into itself and onto its front haunches down on it. You see it kind of look up and just kind of pull itself up back onto its feet one last for refusing to go down.
Hmm.
Okay. Gwendolyn.
The new one that showed up is it focused on one of the others?
It seems to just be looking at all of you as you're kind
Mm.
of set yourself up nicely in this kind of runway.
Okay, what about the one that just got hit? Looking at Adric, pretty mad.
I mean, it's hard to tell from that distance if they're who it's looking at. It just seems to be focused on all of you.
The one that's been like a pincushion for me and Adric.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what you're asking.
I need to know if I attack him if my sneak attack works because it needs to be distracted or focused on somebody else.
No, you have to get your sneak attack. You have to be either you have to be at advantage, or somebody needs to be within 5 feet.
Oh, that's right. The 5 feet thing. Forgot about that. Okay, then I'm just gonna
Yeah.
shoot it with my bow.
Yep.
Ah.
Well, you try to shoot it with your bow, but it goes sailing quite over. But you're quite sure it has to be the fact that the water kind of came down and got on your bowstring. So with a thwang, a strange sound, your wet bowstring doesn't shoot as straight as you would have liked, and it kind of goes flailing high and wide.
Okay, that's all I can do.
Okay.
I'm gonna restring or re-knock an arrow.
All right, Clem.
All right. Well, I'm going to try it again. Time to stop the pig. The light burns for porky flesh. Poor Lord's light will shine. Sacred flame, the same one.
Bippity-bee.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God!
He definitely makes that.
Jeez.
Oof.
I don't know
All
how to
right.
turn off. I can't turn off of the advantage there's no toggle.
Oh, he's not getting advantage.
Still,
No.
it rolled nat 20.
It's the first
It
one.
doesn't
yeah.
matter, but it's
Yeah,
always the first
it-
one. Not that it
it is-
matters.
Weird.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm not getting any options to even turn it on and off.
That's weird.
It is weird. So we'll just deal with it.
Sure. I'm gonna have to convince you to change your dice color.
Roll a charisma
Uh,
check on the DM
Oh no.
or persuasion.
All right. So the one that was on its last legs and somehow didn't die, seemingly as if it was some kind of inherent ability, charges at you, Adric, and slams into you with a 16 to hit.
Armor class 18, baby.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you're able to, as this thing comes in, take the brunt of this on your shield and kind of batter the head of it away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. This one has just enough to run forward to try to slam into Clem, carrying his massive ancestor shield as well. This ought to be interesting. Oh, the first crit of the night of the campaign. 23 to hit.
Nice.
So that hits you for 8 points of slashing
Ooh.
damage as
Ouch.
this
Yikes. Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of damage.
Poor Mizlet.
and then because of the ferocity of its charge, you take an additional d6.
Ouch.
So an additional
Oh.
2 points
Oh,
for
I'm
the
down.
impact.
I'm down. One hit.
Oh.
All right.
This is not good.
All right. The joys of being first level.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Ah.
All right, Adric.
Uh,
The barely hanging on beastie in front of you, and its mate have you somewhat surrounded.
Thinking of, I think I'm gonna look back at Clem and be like, Clem, and just in a heat of the moment, I'm gonna leave the one in front of me and I'm gonna strike the one that just took out my friend with my scimitar.
Okay. So you draw it with your free action
Correct.
and turn to face the undamaged boar and roll your attack. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good
Oh
one.
yeah.
That's a solid.
Nice.
Damage.
All
That's
right.
on the-
Yeah,
that's
you
on
you
the
make
thing.
a hefty chunk taken out of this boar that kind of rocks back and with this piggy kind of squeal as you slice into the neck and shoulder with your scimitar. Well struck.
Ha ha!
You have a bonus action and potentially movement if you wanted to try to take it.
I think I'll slice that one. I'm gonna step back here, just to kind of also try to protect my other friend.
Okay. As you do so, you one of them is able to take a kind of an opportunity attack. It chooses to kind of take a swing at you with its tusk. And hits you with that tusk. Wow, apologize about the rolls, guys.
No, you should have
These
stayed
rolls are
put.
brutal.
You should have stayed put.
I know that's what I would have done. I would've
You take 5 points of sorry, 6 points of slashing damage as this thing kind of cuts across you with its tusk. All right, Gwendolyn.
All right, I'm gonna draw my bow and take out my rapier,
Okay.
and I'm gonna, whoops, hit the right button. There we go. Step in right here and take a stab at this one. Oh, come on.
Your rapier does not penetrate the thick hide of this boar. Ouch. Skitters across the top. You do have a bonus action.
I can't do anything with it. There's nothing I can do with it.
Okay.
At least I don't
Okay.
believe.
Clem, I need you to make your first death save.
First ever.
Oh, good.
And you make it.
Made it. All right, good.
One down. 2 to go.
Woohoo.
The charge of a wild boar is no joke. Ask Robert
Oh, no, not
Baratheon.
at all. Yeah, right. Is
For
it
those
funny
of
that
you-
I dressed as him? Yeah.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Matt was a fantastic Robert Baratheon
Then why did you?
cosplayer.
Then
So
why did you give
exactly.
us boars in the first game?
Maybe it's accidental. Maybe you're in the name of the forest. Had you asked, was the Boar Forest. Okay. Said boar is going to follow you, Adric. Miss.
Good.
With his her tusks, actually, this being the female of the two. The other will try to rake his tusks at
Oof.
Gwen, and actually
Yeah,
he will
yeah.
hit 19
Oh no.
for 6 slashing.
That's more than half.
The terrifying reality of first level.
Oh, man.
Hate it. I hate it so much.
I feel bad. We'll get this map thing fixed for you guys, and this will be a lot more interesting when you can see what we're doing here. Adric, you have an angry boar that you have taken a mighty chunk out of in front of you. Will you slash it again?
I do want to. I'm also seeing a different benefit. I want to move here.
Don't move. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Stay within here. I'm gonna get next to my friend Clem, and I'm gonna give him my 5 points of lay on hands. Like say, we need you, Clem.
Okay. All right. So you feel the first thing you are aware of, Clem, is that you feel vitality flowing through you. A divine presence healing you and bolstering you, and your eyes pop open, and you are literally a turtle on his back right now. But you have been granted a reprieve by your dwarf friend.
I want to smirk and go, think Octoa.
Now, is that all right? So you
Oh,
is that a bonus action or an action to lay hands?
I think it's a bonus if I use it on myself, but if I use it on someone else, it's my action.
Okay. All right. So then you still have an action.
It's an action. Yeah, you could touch a creature. Alternative, you can spend on. Yeah. I don't think I could really do much with my bonus action. Maybe I'll move back to maybe try to keep the attention of the boar on me. Use 5 more feet of movement and call it there.
Okay. All right. Gwendolyn.
Gonna try and stab it again because if I move, I'm gonna get hit. So
Damn it!
Nice.
better.
And
Much
you
better.
do. So, tell us what happens.
Oh, I'm just gonna stab it right through the eye.
Sick.
It
I'm
was
hiding,
barely
I'm
hanging on,
pissed.
seemingly staying on its feet with nothing but bestial rage and hatred. You see the light quickly extinguish out of its eyes as you stab one of them through, and it plummets to the ground. You recall the bacon that you last had at breakfast as you do so.
First kill of the campaign.
nice. Well, second. You
Oh,
got me.
well, yeah.
Well,
Second kill segment.
True.
You were unconscious, not
True,
dead.
true, true.
So, all right, Clem. So you are awake and on your back.
All right, I'll
Take-
use half my movement to stand, if I believe.
Yeah.
And seeing
Defying
this
all turtles everywhere.
pig yeah, exactly. I'm a very agile turtle, and I will use my glowing. Oh, my mace isn't glowing anymore, actually, since I was unconscious. But I will try to smack this turtle with my mace. Smack this pig with my mace.
You're the turtle.
I'm the turtle. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
And
Tried.
you smack him good.
Oh.
Hey.
Yay.
You make solid
hits.
crunch. You could hear the crunch of bone as your heavy mace comes down on it. Give me some damage, kiddo. And so 5, huh? What
5
happens?
damage.
What happens?
Oh.
Nice. I'd say I crush his skull in the name of Pelor. And the name of
Alright.
myself, actually. And the name of myself. Pelor didn't help me.
Octoa did.
All right.
Dead.
All right. So you see the two boar now lie dead at your feet. The stream is starting to fill up. Your feet are now sloshing around a
I
little bit, and
like-
you have 2 large carcasses.
May I pick up my bow, please?
You may.
Yes. And I want to drag one of the boars to like the bank to grab for later, kind of like cover it. Hide
Okay.
it.
Give me a strength
You've got it.
roll, if you will. Let's see, because they're pretty big.
Can I help her out?
Yeah. All right. Well, with the two of you, you're able to do it. Actually, Gwendolyn, before you can even get there, Clem, you see the half elf lean down and grab this thing by its tusks, and with just a mighty just wrestles this thing up onto the bank, and out of the the rapidly growing stream bed.
Thank you, darling, but I think I've got this. I'm gonna wink at him.
As she's walking away with the boar, I nudge
Strong
Clem and I'm
one.
like, not bad.
She's a strong one.
All right. Well, as you've had this run-in focused on survival, um, it has gotten darker and darker. Noticeably, without now Clem, your lighted mace, you're having a great bit of difficulty to see anything.
I'll light it again.
Okay.
May I go over and take a look at their little lair?
You most
See
certainly.
what's over there? I would like to
Uh,
investigate it, please.
Yes, please give me an investigation roll. The first thing that you find upon investigating it is that it smells very, very bad in there. Pretty heavy smell of wet fur and boar musk. It's very unpleasant, so perhaps that causes you to only do a periphery search of it. But you do find mixed into it what looks to be an old leather backpack or satchel that is mixed
I'm going to
the
grab
twig
it.
and branches.
I'm going to grab it
Okay,
and open it and see what is inside.
very good.
Oh no.
You find 7 pieces of silver.
Oh, I got my money back.
And in the pouch at the bottom, also 25 copper pieces.
Nice.
There also seems to be a flask inside, of
Ooh.
clear glass that has some kind of red liquid floating within.
Can I roll something to figure out what it is? See if I've seen it before?
Um, yeah, you can give me a Arcana. You kind of take a taste of it a little bit, and you've actually had these before. You've been in some fights, and kind of got beat up a little bit in your past, and somebody, the crew that you ran with, had given you one of these, and you're pretty sure that that's a potion of healing.
I am going to drink it immediately.
It tastes so good, almost like a cherry cordial. All right, and you quaff that potion of healing, excuse me, immediately.
Okay, and what
So that's
is
2d4 plus
Mhm.
2.
2d4 plus 2? I think I did that right. Oh, seriously?
Wow. Wow. The dice have not been kind to you tonight. But still,
Not the small ones, not the little ones. The bigger ones happened. I'm only 2 hit points down. That's not too bad. All right. And I'm gonna keep it all. I'm just gonna throw the flask back into the bag and just walk back to my companions.
Hmm. Do you see anything up there?
Not a whole lot. I feel much better though. You can go
Look
check if you
better.
want. It smells awful.
I'll take your word for it.
Have you ever smelled an ogre fart?
Can't say I have.
Okay. It's awful. It smells like that.
I used to smell my brother's farts.
Is that pretty rancid?
Can't stand the thing.
I can't say I've ever heard a total fart.
I look at Clem. Do totals fart?
We do. We do. It's a very saline smell. Really depends what we've been eating.
Go ahead, let it rip.
Please don't. I'm
We'll
gonna walk away.
Suit yourself.
The cheese.
Shall we continue? We have a child to find.
Edric, how are you feeling?
You know, I'm a little okay. I would say I'm about half as okay as I could be.
Yeah, same here.
I feel great.
I guess
Don't
we
you have
keep,
some like thing you can do to help with that?
I did, but I used it on Clem.
You only had one. Oh
I
my.
can I can return the favor if you'd like. Might need to stay in the back for any fights we have though.
You know, Clem, you hold on to that for yourself. I do. I would feel bad taking away your abilities
I can do it
for my
twice.
own sake. Well, if you insist.
I'll cast Cure Wounds.
All right. Go ahead
As
and
he's
click
casting it,
on
I
that.
lean in. I still want to hear that fart one day, though.
Heal
Oh,
for 11.
nice. Jesus.
First level though, spell slots are a rare thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm. No,
I'm not
that
gonna
was-
heal myself. I probably should if I'm the only one that can heal now though.
Well, I feel 100% better. Like 50%
You look like
more than I did. And now I'm 100% of what. And I thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely.
before we continue. Next time we go up against something, if you're next to something, let me hit it before you move.
I
Just
was just trying to protect my family.
I
Nah,
understand.
my fam-
I
my
understand.
friends. Clem, shall we go?
Let's go. Oh, I don't want to be first. Someone go ahead of me.
Why
I
don't,
chuckle as I pass you. Just
Just eager to get this done.
I'm gonna stay to the back.
All right, so you guys make your way and start to follow the path a little bit. And you know what? Let's take a moment to take a quick 5-minute break. And I am going to work with our tech guys and see if we can figure out why we don't have any visibility.
Yeah.
I'm going to take advantage of that and run to the bathroom. BRB.
Same.
All right. Technical difficulties have been solved. Yay. Again, apologies about that for the beginning. It was a lovely map. It was a beautiful fight. I wish you all could have seen it. So the boars are dead. As some of you may remember what they were. And you guys have continued on now to be following the tracks along this riverbed. Give me one more survival check at advantage, if you would, Adric. Very consistent rolls tonight. Yes, due to the soft, loamy dirt and moss, you can clearly see again the what you know to be goblin footprints, and you're still making out one larger set though that is mixed among the much smaller goblin footprints. You spend the next half hour or so following the path when it clearly steps onto a more established, older pathway that could have actually been some kind of road or well-used trail, but judging by the overgrowth of the plant life on either side of it and around it, has not been used for some time. However, the altitude starts to climb over the next 10 minutes as you're following the now darkness, lit only by the light being shown from Clem's mace, and your inherent abilities to see in darkness are allowing you to slowly follow this trail. Through occasional crackling of lightning overhead, you're able to see that the trees are starting to thin, and there's a bit of a rocky hill that this trail it seems to be heading towards. And with a final crackling of light on top of the hill, you see what appears to be the silhouette of a tower in the distance.
I think we found our mark.
I agree. Clem, you see it?
I can barely make it out.
I know you can't. And then we just keep walking.
Okay.
Oh, it's up here. Okay, there we go. This light feature is pretty cool.
All right. So continuing along, um, you break free of the last of the trees in from the forest, and you see kind of a rocky, craggy approach ahead of you, and only through the occasional lightning and lighting of the sky are you clear are enough to make out this this tower. It's probably a good 200 feet from the edge of the forest where you are, still yet to have stepped out. What do you do?
Is it clear to us that we're gonna have to climb up this hill, or is it kind of just like a regular hill? It's nothing that we need to.
It's not so much of it that it's going to be a hard climb. It's an incline with some rocky outcroppings. You don't think that you're going to have to actually do any kind of 3-point hand climbing to get up it.
Oh, let's go see what this tower has.
Lead the way.
I'll follow.
All right.
Which way we need to go? Oh no.
You are in the same order that you were before.
No, I think Clem and I have changed
Yeah, I'm heading towards the back.
places. Somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
I've proven to be somewhat ineffective.
Audric is leading the way.
And you're just kind of walking straight up to the tower.
I would like to try and find places to duck into to hide.
Not that that
as
was
I do.
a leading question or anything. I was just
As
kind
a,
of curious. You're just kind of like with a bright light from your cleric shining the way,
Yeah,
like the
I-
statue of Wild Mount Liberty.
I would like to find shadows to
He's
duck into.
clunking along. All right. Well, you can roll.
Thank you. Oh yes.
Nice.
Thought that was gonna be a 4. Roll 20 dice make me so nervous.
All right.
I would say as we're coming up to it, I'm kind of looking at the tower, kind of just trying to see, like, I'm moving slowly. I'm not kind of just prodding along down the yellow brick road or anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand kind of in front of the mace so it's not glaring at the tower, but still providing some light.
All right.
Get a little closer to see if I can see anyone.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Nice.
That's my second one this game.
Okay. You having given yourself a little bit of distance from the other two and the light source to kind of blend into the shadows, your type you move a little bit closer to the ruins of this tower, and you see some movement off to the side. And as you kind of look, staying very quiet and using the cover around you to your advantage, you're able to see that there are what appears to be two small humanoid cloaked figures moving around the perimeter of the tower. They've kind of started to move away from you so that their backs are to you at this point. And they don't you don't think that they've spotted you.
Okay.
But you're probably a good at this point 40 feet from the side of the tower as they're kind of starting to proceed along the edge of the tower.
Question is, do I shoot it or do I go back?
I did say there's two of them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to Audric. There's two somethings patrolling the bottom of the tower.
Since you were hidden so well for a second, I'm like, oh,
Oh, did I scare you?
not at all.
Oh,
Two somethings in the tower.
two somethings. I
Whereabouts?
really wanted to shoot them, but I figured I'd come back and see what you two want to do.
I look back at Clem, try to see where you're at.
How well can I see all this stuff?
Being that you don't have any ability to see in
Yeah.
darkness, You see not much beyond this muffled little area of light that you're casting on yourself.
Sure.
However, occasionally there's still that ripple of lightning, so that you can see the kind of the dark shape of this tower, and you can see enough that it's in disrepair. So it's you know
Yeah.
it's one step from being called a ruin
Sure.
in general, but to call it a ruined tower would be accurate.
Okay.
You also did not see Gwendolyn return until she spoke. However, your slower nature kind of masked the fact that you actually, inside your shell, gave a jump. So you got that going for you.
Can I still see the patrollers? Patrol.
Might be a good idea if you
Um,
extinguish the light.
Not from back where you are right now. No.
Do you want me to try and draw them out?
I like that plan. Say a
You
smile,
cer-
bring my sword up a little.
Gwendolyn, you know that you could probably get up to by where they're kind of set up right now. That you could make an approach and keep the tower probably in blocking your approach.
Without getting too close, so I can shoot them with my bow. That's
Well,
all.
as it's a kind of a round tower, and they've moved to this point, you could be coming
Down
up behind,
this side.
yeah, and keeping the tower, and then coming over to the side, and then getting a bead on them if you wanted to.
I'm going to travel along the east side of the tower. Try and draw them out. Just keep an eye out, and be ready.
All right. Are Adric, are you and Clem moving up to the edge of the tower?
I'd like to stay somewhere where we're maybe even like how far would you say we were now?
Probably 30, 40 feet.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Get up against the tower and stealth.
Hmm.
Wait for them to be drawn out. Grab them when they come out. Just an idea.
Look at Clem.
I can't see him so well, but I can give it a shot.
Go ahead and give me stealth checks, guys. And remember, if you have armor that does it, do it at disadvantage.
Oh no!
Well, no, you're already did your stealth.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
I'm stealthy.
I believe I do have armor, so that's fun.
It depends on the armor you have.
Yeah, it depends on which armor. Okay.
What kind of armor do you have?
Was it for some reason it's not on my character sheet?
Of course it is.
Is it? I really don't see it. I mean, I have
Mine
18
just-
armor class, but I don't see it.
18 sounds like you're at disadvantage.
Yeah,
a-
you
well,
probably have
yeah,
like a chain or a blade
With
or
a shield,
something.
because I know the shield gives me
You
plus
have
2, so I have 16.
It's the 2, 4, 6, 7th thing down on your item list that says chainmail.
Oh, your chain really
Ah,
has disadvantage.
okay, no. All right, I did roll a disadvantage, so I got a 9.
Yep, I see that. Very good. Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
As they're walking, I'm shh.
Okay, I would like to sneak around and do my thing.
Okay, hang on just a sec.
Okay.
Because we have
Ah! Oh,
Ooh.
this is cool. Actually,
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm gonna try and shoot it with my short bow.
Okay, so you from surprise, try to shoot it in its back. Just making sure, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, very good. So you, in the darkness, line up a sight on this, let off a silent twang in the this ongoing storm, but you release it and it strikes this creature right in the back. You hear a muffled as it takes how much damage? Nine points of damage, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It lets out a muffled, uh, but it appears that you've taken it in a very vital area as it just slowly slumps to the ground.
Ooh. Do that again.
Can I try and step forward and see the
Now,
other one?
now you need to roll for initiative.
Okay.
What?
What was that?
Psych. All right. Clem, I'm waiting on yours.
Yeah, I messed it up. I didn't send it. I'll do it again.
It's
I
okay.
thought I
No,
was
don't do it
selected,
again.
but
It's okay. Don't do it again. I'll do it. I'll add
Okay.
it in.
I thought I was selected, but instead I was glowing, I think.
Well, that's the glow from your
Five,
mace.
15,
I didn't notice that
25.
until now.
All right. There's that dwarven speed that we all know and love.
Yeah.
All right,
It's about
Gwendolyn.
time.
Actually, it works out very thematically. You see this goblin drop, and you are able to knock another arrow, and it is still your action.
25, 30. Can I see that one?
I don't know. Can you see it?
I can.
If you can see it on the map, you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. So I'm gonna shoot another arrow.
Okay.
Ah.
That one does not make contact.
Okay.
And we're gonna give a. Okay. Clem.
I'm gonna move up a little bit.
Okay.
And make sure I'm within range here. Up a little bit more. And I'm going to cast the Sacred Flame on that same creature. Not a very powerful Sacred Flame.
I don't know why this is now rolling so you guys can't see it.
First advantage. Now we can't see.
I just don't understand what's going on here.
Roll 20.
It could be a setting. This one could be my fault. 17. The die.
All right. Well, it passes.
Yeah. So
It'll take a
it
step
begins.
back then.
It begins to glow and but doesn't seem to get to that kind of luminosity that it needs to do any kind of damage to it.
Sure.
However,
Oh,
it's
no.
enough for the goblin to notice that something weird's going on, And you can see as it kind of turns around and it sees the fallen slump as it's looking at the glow that's like on its arms. And it's like, what in the hell? And then he turns around and he sees, oh, and seeing that you now turning around and he sees that you two are there, he steps up and looks down and sees that he's dead.
Can
And yeah,
can I say something to him?
no, not at this point. You can't.
Okay.
Not before he's gonna do this.
Okay.
Why is it doing it? Freaking! I don't understand. Hang on, guys. I gotta figure this out. All right, I figured it out. So
Yay.
I'm gonna roll that again. All right. So he fires off a quick shot and doesn't even come anywhere close to you. He's very startled apparently, and it flares off. But he does also yell out loudly, "Oh, tick-tock!"
Do I understand what he says? I can speak Goblin.
Yeah, you hear. Basically, the translation is, "They got truck. Get over here, you dim-witted louts." From that,
I am
all
not
right.
in a good spot, y'all.
You're a little bit covered by this berm that you're standing behind. Um, but you see this goblin kind of step out, and actually he seems to see the turtle that is now holding a big glowing beacon, brandishing it about, and he's actually going to shoot off a shot at him instead. And that whopping 8,
Phew.
that arrow, that little pew pew arrow, comes swinging at you, and you see it at the last second as it comes into the light cast by your glowing mace. But it hits your shell and ricochets off of it very easily, deflecting this small arrow that's being shot at you. This one comes around and sees a dwarf, one of their hated rivals, and he shoots off at our dwarven friend.
Oh no.
Oof.
Now, how big is this like little thing? Because I'm pretty small. Where he's at.
Yeah,
like,
you're getting partial cover due
Okay.
to that, which gives you +2 to your armor class.
Okay.
But as he rolled a 20,
Yeah.
I'm imagining the 24 is going to hit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oof! You take 7 points of piercing
Ouch.
damage from the arrow as it lodges in your shoulder.
I'm
And
like,
you hear
"Ah!"
and you hear this little goblin whooping with just a little caper as he hits you with his arrow. All right. So I would tell you who's next, except I don't know what happened to my.
Uh,
Oh, I think it's.
it is the
me.
dwarf's turn.
Yeah, with my fantastic initiative initiative roll.
Oh my gosh!
I'm like,
This
God,
is
that
beyond.
blasted goblin! And I'll move up. 10, 15, 20, 25. It's the most I can move. I can hurl a javelin at the one that shot at me. It's within that 30 feet.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Maybe.
13.
Maybe.
You could do it. Roll 20.
The pause for dramatic effect.
Not at all. I'm waiting for the lag. I'm sorry, guys.
Does Adric hit? Come back next week.
No. Just tell me what the roll is, because
13.
13. Excuse me. Yeah, I believe that does. As I try to get the character sheet back open. With a 13, your javelin flies in, but you're shooting at the one who shot at you, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Realizing that he doesn't have his shield that he normally carries up, as he sees this, he goes from this mad caper of glee as he sticks his arrow in you. He realizes that you're throwing a javelin right back at him. And he goes to go pull up his arm and his shield, and he realizes that instead of his shield, he's holding his bow. And the look of quickly goes from glee to panic as your javelin comes streaking in and strikes him square in the chest. Roll your
Aha.
damage. Well, it looked like it was going to be worse than it was. But he doesn't immediately drop dead. But now he has a very large hole in his upper shoulder, and he is bleeding profusely with this large javelin now sticking out of him. All right, Gwendolyn.
I think I'm gonna go and shoot the same one he just hit.
Okay.
Just cause, yeah. I'm assuming that hits.
It does.
Yes.
It does. He's having some difficulty trying to dodge. He's just reeling from the air, this large javelin that's already sticking in him. And then turning briefly towards the sound of something and sees you release this arrow that takes him straight in the throat. And with a gurgling noise, he just crumbles.
Got him.
He's dead. You have movement as well as a
Yeah, I
bonus action.
don't want to move. Can I say something as my
You may.
bonus action? I am
Absolutely.
going to look at this one and saying, Goblin, you're next, darling.
Okay, roll an intimidation.
It was adorable.
He at first he seems confused. He doesn't know if that was a threat or if you're coming on to him, and he seems to vacillate between being intrigued, you're enraged, and I think he's settled on intrigued. Let's see how this plays out. Clem.
Sacred Flame has to work at some point.
One would think.
I'm going to cast it again, although the dexterous goblins, maybe not the best idea. I'm doing it at the one that's obviously in front of me. Sorry.
That one.
Okay.
Yes,
Finally.
finally.
He does not.
By the grace of Pelor,
Okay.
he is wreathed in holy light. And that's I'm gonna stay put for now.
3 points of damage. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yeah. It rolls that when I cast it, I believe. Yeah, 3 points.
Okay.
And that'd be my turn.
All right. Okay. So, um, the goblin that you shot at and missed, he starts to head back in towards the cover of uh, the tower, and he shoots off a shot with his longbow, excuse me, his short bow, at the dwarf. But you were able to deflect the missile with your shield and knock it out of the way. And then he steps in, and he seems to and he ducks behind, and seems to vanish from sight as he hides. The other takes a pop shot at the half elf, at Gwendolyn.
No.
Damn, man.
These DM dice are weighted.
This is not good. I only have 10 HP. And I only have 8 of that. I am down.
Damn. All right. And he kind of capers and laughs and starts to pull back as well.
Well, that sucked.
All right. That's it for their turn. Adric.
As I'll look at I'm gonna look over at Clem, and then I'm gonna look over at Gwen and look at Clem again. I'm like, can you handle that?
I got it.
And I move up. I'm kind of gonna go like here, actually maybe more like here-ish,
Careful.
and just kind of use my action to just have my shield ready to kind of block them in case these goblins try to take any more pot shots. Maybe I could deflect or dodge something, or at least take the fire myself.
Okay. And okay. That your whole turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my action to protect my friends and hope we can get the situation under control.
All right, you can take the dodge action. That's really going to
Alright.
mostly affect you, unless
If
you
that
have the feat that
if that's
does
the
that
case,
last year.
I'll move up like maybe like here just to kind of see if they can really.
Okay.
At least if I'm front and center, I feel like that's the best I could do.
Okay. All right, let's see that first death save, Gwen.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, well done. All right, Clem.
I'm gonna move up to her and stand over her and put my hand up and glory to Pelora, deliver us from darkness. We never say die. And cast cure wounds on her.
All right, roll it.
Very nice.
All right. So
So that puts me to 8, so it doesn't change much.
the
But I
feel of Pelor flows through you, the blessings, and as you awaken, you kind of just hear this almost choir-like cacophony of voices singing.
Never say die.
All right, interesting. All right, there you go.
All right, there you go. You're not dead.
You are not dead yet. And 1, 2. All right, Adric.
And if anything, then I'll look back, see that he's got Gwen up. I'm gonna move up a bit.
Good idea.
15. I'll go to about here, a little more than half my movement, and
Okay.
I'm gonna dodge. I'm gonna dodge again in case anybody decides to take any pot shots.
All right. Gwen, you come
Hmm.
to.
Well, that was fun. Gonna look around. Nothing's there. I'll move right here and see if I can see anything.
Okay.
I'm guessing I do not see anything because I cannot actually.
No.
Oh,
You can see
never
into the
mind.
tower a little bit there. You can see, but you don't see anything moving behind it. Give me a perception at disadvantage.
Okay. A teen.
Yeah, well, with the noise of the wind and the storm still kind of blowing quite a bit, you don't actually hear much over. You can't hear anything over, and the dim light, you don't see any movement in that little view corridor that you have. Clem,
Ew.
you're not getting your vocals there.
Oh, there we go. I'm gonna move over as well,
Okay.
and I think that's out of my light range, so I probably wouldn't be able to see the one I see.
Let's see.
I think I have a 40-foot range, so I'm gonna pretend I didn't see one.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. So you would be able to see 20, 40 feet beyond in dim light beyond the bright light of your mace.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this. What's the light spell circumference
Let me think.
or radius? It's probably
Looks like it looks like 40 feet.
10 feet.
Oh, 10 feet.
And
Oh yeah, you're right.
then
10-foot radius, 20-foot radius. 10 to 20. So yeah, I'm not gonna see anything.
well, hang on. I'm going to show you what you get. So it's 10 feet and then an additional 20 feet, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot radius.
It's 10 foot of bright and then an additional 20 feet.
20 feet of dim, yeah. Okay, so I will get back with the crew.
No, it's bright light for 20 feet and then dim light for 20 feet. The 10 feet
See,
is
I'm
the
seeing
item
that
that
too.
you light up.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, 20 and 20.
Yeah, you
Okay.
touch one object that is no larger than 10 feet in any dimension until the spell ends. The object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light in an additional 20.
It was a long day. We've been on this caravan for a long time.
So I'll put it on for now, because that's kind of obnoxious, but that's just to give you a good sense.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I can
Space.
use the arrows to give myself how far it is. So it's about 40
Yeah.
feet out that I'll be able to see. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wish there was a way I could make it, more, opaque, but I can't.
Sure. It's all good. All right, then I'm gonna take the dodge action as well. Since
Okay.
these two might be able to see a little better. Would it help you guys if I turn my light off?
I mean, it just makes us a beacon, which in this instance might not be a bad thing.
As an action, then can I pick up a stone and cast light on that?
As an action, you most certainly can.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
And then, what would it be for a bonus action? Maybe to toss the stone. Not a bonus action. I can wait till next turn to toss the stone into the glowing stone into the tower.
No, I'd get you to do that as a bonus action.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay.
Try to light it up in there.
Though, give me a sleight of hand, just to see if you make it to where you're aiming.
Nice.
Oh hell yeah! Like a boss, man. Like you're trying to win the Cupid doll at the carnival. So we'll say you land it right into there.
All right.
And you've now lit up pretty much the interior there.
Maybe that should help us.
Very nice.
All right, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. Let's see, Clem. Let's see. Do you see? Now that it's lit up, you can actually make out, just barely, a goblin disappearing down what appears to be a hole, and then pulling a trapdoor shut over the top of him.
Oh, okay. I'll let these guys know. I think they went down the trapdoor.
And that takes us out of initiative.
I would like
Oh.
to go check this body for loot. Kind of keeping it in between me and the doorway because safety.
Yeah, safety first.
I'll kind of approach the tower this way.
Oops. Take the first one. I still had disadvantage marked.
That's okay. 22.
22.
You find a little pouch. It's got some bones with still some meat on it. You don't want to know how long it's been. You find, you find what almost looks like some kind of charm or fetish made out of bone and tied goblin hair in there. And you find a couple copper pieces. Actually, you find 8 copper pieces.
Thank you.
There are still some arrows in his quiver.
Yes, I
They,
want.
they are of goblin make, but they are functional and could work in your bow.
And how many of them are there?
Oh, well, as you count them in the dark, there are 3.
3? Okay.
Say my looty piratey ways come about me, and I'll loot this body right here.
Yeah, similar. Although this one seems to collect chicken's feet, and there are some almost mummified chicken's feet strung together. It looks like he was trying to make a necklace out of them. It's really weird. But you find 4 coppers and 2 silvers on this one. He was an affluent goblin.
Okay.
Does he have any arrows?
Let me check. Check his quiver.
Join him.
He still had 2 working serviceable arrows.
He's got 2.
May I have those, darling?
Gladly. And pick him
Thank
up
you.
and hand him over.
And then I guess we'll head into the little area here.
I would like to hide.
And what are you hiding behind?
Just keep into the shadows,
Okay. Well,
doing my
Alright.
rogue thing.
That
Yep.
trapdoor ahead is where I saw the goblin go.
just know that you can't hide in plain sight. So you have to have some way that you're trying to hide, or at least describe how you're um, trying to be stealthy or hidden.
Hiding in the shadows, because the only
Yeah.
light we have is Clem. So I imagine.
No, no,
he's
no,
pretty
no.
fuzzy.
Hiding in the shadows is fine. There's not many shadows in here because you have a big glowing rock that's right in here,
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
throwing pretty much a light, illuminating this area pretty significantly.
Is that something I should see on my map, or is that theater?
No, I don't. I
mind?
didn't have
Okay.
I didn't bother
Okay.
trying to make a whole thing for that.
Okay, I forgot about it. That's why. So just
No,
ignore
it's
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Here, I'll do something real.
No, it's good.
quick.
It's good.
Dang it.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. We're
We
getting ready to
don't
go
need a
down the
glowing
trap
rock
door,
to plug in.
anyways. Unless you want to like take it and chuck it down the trap door.
That's what I was planning on doing. Might as well.
I like that plan. I'll head over to the
Solid plan.
trapdoor. And I'll grab like the hatch and like look at Clem.
Oh, can I have like an arrow knocked and like aimed for, and if I see anything to shoot it?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other preparations you want to make? No.
No, I'm
Don't
good.
die, guys.
Hmm.
I'm out of spells.
You got your rock, Clem? I'm gonna
I got
open
it.
up the trapdoor. You throw it down, and Gwen is ready.
Sounds
Let's
good.
go.
3, 2, wah.
I tossed the rock down the stairs into the hole.
All right. All right. You throw open this this trap door. The turtle comes forward and drops this bright light down the hole. The half elf ready to fire away, and all you see for all of your preparation is a ladder descending down into the depths. You don't see anything at the bottom other than now um, your glowing rock lighting up a tunnel that proceeds out of sight.
It's a good idea, but you win some, you lose some, I suppose. Shall we?
Need to find this kid.
I have to start going down.
What's your passive perception again, Daedric?
Mine is just 10. My wisdom is
Okay. And Gwen.
13.
Okay. Gwen, as you go, you can hear the sounds of what sounds to be like a hasty retreat and muffled voices seemingly getting quieter and moving away. Apparently, your light being thrown down in the hole spooked off what might have been an ambush.
sick.
Could I possibly try to yell down there and trick them? Is that?
Tell me what you're doing.
I'm going to yell down in Goblin. We got the shiny rock. Come look. That guy's dead.
give me a deception check.
Oh fuck! Oh, sorry. Sorry.
All right. we're that kind of show.
So sorry.
Past the kids' bedtime.
I am so
Um,
sorry about that, y'all.
You hear him back in Goblin, a voice come off. Nice bloody try, you bitch. We know it's you. Goblins aren't nice either.
Nope.
At least these ones aren't. I've heard rumor of a nice one or two.
One or two.
But,
All
I
right.
guess
No time like the present, friends. I tried.
it's down the ladder.
All right.
So nervous about this because we have no healing.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. You did what you needed to do. And your spells don't come back until long rest, right?
Right.
All right. Let me get this ready for you. And what's the order that you're going to descend?
I guess Edric in front.
I'll come down last in case I break the ladder.
Yeah, that
Yes,
works
you're.
for me.
Are you weighing
I'm
weighing
gonna.
in around 400 pounds?
Yeah, 425, I think.
Yikes. Yeah, I want to go first before him. I
Yeah,
also want to
because
swap
you
out.
definitely want to be below him on the ladder, weighing
I'm gonna
425
get
pounds.
there, move out of the way. I
You
also want to
descend down the ladder, about halfway down the depth that you can see from above. The ladder kind of hits like a bit of a landing, and it actually just it translates from a ladder into stairs. The stairs are carved out of some kind of rock. It looks maybe like granite, um, or flagstone. And you're able to descend down into a tightly narrow corridor. It is lit up right now currently from the glowing rock that you have cast down into. And let me show you what it looks like.
And seeing that too, I'm like, goblin stonework. Terrible. Or would I at least maybe be able to see the origins of the stonework? Seeing as I am a dwarf with stone cutting. It's my racial.
Yeah, throw that up in the chat. That function, if you would. Click the little. There you go. Perfect. So what you need to do is make a history check.
Okay.
And then you have to add double your proficiency.
Double my
Yep.
proficiency. All right. So that'd be a 10.
Okay. It's old. So very old. This is a very kind of grandiose and very time and labor consuming way to work the stone. It's certainly post calamity, but it's old. This has been around for a long, long time, and it's a testament to how well it's made that it's not completely fallen in on itself.
As a matter of fact, I'm quite impressed. I'm like,
Yeah. All right.
There. Woo.
All right. So you turn the corner, Adric, and well,
And
you did that. Rounding that corner, you are able to see into a room that is populated with goblins. The stone walls are have covered with looks to be at quick look some carvings and depictions of certain things. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to sneeze into the microphone. There are two large brass bowls that have been set up on the floor. The far one is giving off a glow. It appears that they are using it to house their cook fire or campfire, judging by the smell coming from that end. But the near one is clearly being used as a latrine, coming from the smell emanating from that. I guess what we need to do now is roll for initiative again, as the goblins notice you coming around the corner as they were been waiting for you.
Do you mind? There it goes. Ugh. Oh no.
Ugh.
There you go.
Thank you,
Everyone's
thank you.
rolling horribly.
Let's just say that it doesn't turn out well sometimes. Um, you see the faded carving of script that's barely visible above the door, Gwen, as Adric steps out into the opening there. You notice that there is some faded carving above the door. And you can hear the what sounds like almost chanting in Goblin. It's dim. It doesn't sound like it's right around the corner from where you're
Mhm.
standing, but a little bit further in.
I can't do anything.
All right,
Um,
Adric, you go first.
It's time to be a crazy dwarf. I'm like, get in here, follow my lead. And I run in. I go here. I'm going to move around the latrine bowl. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Would you say I could kind of like get here?
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to dodge. Just kind of try to get my friends in here and
Okay, you're just gonna take the dodge action.
yeah. Yep, I'm going to try. I'm
Okay.
a dwarf with a shield and a dream.
All right. Leroy Jenkins in the middle of the goblins. There we go.
Aw.
All right, Gwendolyn.
5, 10.
Just
Oh my
remember something
God.
that Glenn said to him earlier.
Oh. I guess. Is that too close? I don't. I guess I'll shoot the one close, like the. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot. I guess the one furthest from me. This one. Oh, nope. Button. I don't know what else to do.
Roll your attack.
Yep. Yep. Okay, good.
And you are elvish accurate.
And he's not. Is he No, he's not. Am I? I'm just gonna.
No, you don't get sneak attack on him.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay. Because
That's fine.
you throat shot him.
Nice.
And you can actually hear the sound of your arrowhead that has gone through completely this goblin and hit the wall, and you can hear it scraping along the wall as the goblin just drops. Single shot dead. You still have a little bit of movement.
I do. So I'm actually gonna let's see, what did I was right here, right? 5, 10, 15.
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna move here, that way I have some cover from this wall.
You have full cover.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool.
And can I say something to Clem real quick?
Yes.
Two
Especially-
goblins, 3 goblins, 1 dead. Kills them.
All right.
I'll step right onto just the latrine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yes.
step on it and cast Word of Radiance.
Oh,
Bold choice.
you're gonna smell so bad.
That's all right.
Roll for me a Constitution save.
Sure. Sorry, I got to get back to my.
The goblins fail their con save.
All right, so they take 3 radiant damage.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all I'm doing.
All right. So you, my friend, are poisoned for the next minute
Oh no.
Okay.
from the vileness of filth that you get spilled on you.
Sure.
Gross.
So, do you need the poisoned?
Yeah, I'm looking
Condition?
for it.
I can put it up too.
Yeah, go ahead and put it up so everyone can see it then too.
Yep. Oops, I need it.
Oof.
Means
not too bad,
better
actually.
than getting
For
damage
1
every
minute.
round.
That's true. Okay. Seeing this crazy giant turtle standing in their refuse, they look at each other around the dwarf standing right in the middle of it, almost begging for it. And they both kind of give him each a bit of a shrug like that, and both simultaneously try to take your head off with their scimitars.
Can I cast? I'm going to do a warding flare.
Well, you can do. Well, what is that? A reaction?
It's a reaction.
Yeah, then absolutely, if you want to.
It says when I'm attacked, but before I know if it hits. So.
Oh, you're
don't
not.
know
You're
if I-
not being attacked. You're not being attacked. They're both attacking the crazy dwarf.
Oh,
and
okay.
now,
Sorry.
instead of this giant 350 pound, or I'm sorry, 450 pound turtle standing
Sure.
there, they said, okay, well, this dwarf wants to die. So they looked at each other, shrugged, and both swing scimitars on him. Although they did not realize that he was ready for them, so they are at the dodge action. So the first attacks, and his crit does not succeed. Oh no, his 20 doesn't hit, but his crit fail totally misses. And the second, does the 15. Being as that they are flanking you, they each get +2 to their roll. But the 15, I don't believe hits you
Nope.
either.
18.
Yep.
Nice.
So you're able to successfully take both of their attacks as you planned, and they aren't able to do any damage to you as you do it. Bringing
Crazy
up
dwarf.
your turn to retaliate if you choose.
Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna like ha, and I'm gonna swing at the one to my left.
I don't know which one's your left.
That's I guess the one that's above me.
Okay.
Technically on the map.
Okay.
Swing to the one on the left.
Oh, I saw
Oh,
that 20. I saw that 20.
so close.
These
Such a
goblins
tease.
do have their shields out, so they are able to. Are you attacked that with
I
your?
accidentally hit javelin, but it's the same bonus
Okay.
and same the only difference is slashing or piercing damage.
Well, with a hammer or an axe?
It would have been a scimitar.
Oh, you have a scimitar. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Pirating roots.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you're familiar with it because they just attacked you with each of their scimitars. So, yeah. So you trade blows, and they actually they take he takes your blow on his shield as you took his on yours. Are you going to move and invite an opportunity for them
No,
to?
no, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Okay. All right, Gwendolyn. You do
Up
get
right
sneak attack.
here, and I'm gonna shoot this one.
Okay.
And hopefully I hit, so my sneak attack can actually do something. No!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's because I rolled those 2 20s earlier.
It
Now,
is.
now I've got my 2 1s. The universe is now balanced.
It is, and your arrow ricochets off the wall, badly missing.
And I'm gonna pop back in cover.
Alrighty.
Hide my shame.
All right, that worked well last time. So I'm going to again, Dawnfather awake, holy light burn from within, searing holy flame, and cast my word of radiance.
Okay. You make con saves.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I was at
I didn't mean to
disadvantage.
do it twice. I didn't think
That's
it went.
okay. That's okay. They both make the save.
Bummer.
20 and 14.
Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah.
That's how it rolls.
So you're gonna all right. So you finish still standing in the pile of refuse.
Yeah, I do.
Excellent.
Is that refuse on the other side too?
No, this one over here is got a small campfire burning in it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stay right here.
Yeah, it's not much
Independently.
better standing.
Okay. Once again, they're gonna go after the dwarf. 17 hit.
Nope.
Nope.
Nice.
And the second is attacks with the scimitar. Oh, dude, that's like 4 tonight. This is
This
ridiculous.
game.
I feel bad.
4 against us. Yeah.
For 8 points of damage.
I am down.
No, shit.
And they take their bonus action to disengage and move backwards. But they don't leave the room. All right, Adric, you need to roll your
Death
death
save.
save as you are unconscious. As now, has everyone at least been down once?
Yeah.
I feel like you should
Level
get some
1.
kind of achievement unlocked for having at one point the entire party has been unconscious at one point, and yet you still continue forward. 1 positive save. There you go.
Just need 2 more of those.
Yeah, or get a 20 and pop right back out with 1 hit
That's
point.
true.
I think you still got lay hands that you could lay on yourself there.
No, I think I only get 5 points, and I used them all on that first fight.
Okay.
Oh.
Never mind. I thought you got 10 for some reason. But no, you're right. It's wisdom plus level. All right, Gwen.
I guess I'm just gonna try and shoot that one.
Yeah,
'Cause-
you don't get sneak attack on him anymore. That hits.
Yay.
You're able just to break past his defense.
I mean,
And
better than
yet-
nothing, but
And yet, it is enough as he's already been hit. Oh, whoa, what is going on there? Oh, and that's the end of said poor goblin. All right, Clem. I'm sorry. Did you want to move back, Sasha? Or Gwendolyn, excuse me.
yeah, I'm gonna move right there
Okay.
for the moment.
I'm gonna try to hit this guy with my mace.
All right, the last one, surrounded by the corpses of his fellows, takes your mace squarely on top of his little head, and you crunch him down like an accordion.
Nice.
Crunches down,
Okay.
ending his meager, poor existence.
I wipe my my feet off on him.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah.
All right. Clem, from where you were after the blood pounding in your ears from the battle, it was clear you can hear coming down this hallway the sound of some kind of rhythmic chanting.
Okay.
Or perhaps it's goblins singing. You're not exactly sure. But having heard the goblins already been these ones yelling a bit, you are pretty sure that these are it's several goblin voices, but raised in some kind of either chanting or singing.
Okay.
Rhythmically.
Can I do a medicine check to try to stabilize my friend here?
Do you have
I should say, can I try to stabilize my friend? Is what I meant to say.
Do you have a healer's kit?
No, I'm proficient in medicine. Do I need a healer's kit for that?
Technically, but go ahead.
I'm more of an herbalist.
Oop, I don't want to go in there.
You get a roll
I
of
haven't-
fatty.
I have an
Can I-
herbalism kit.
Can I come up and assist him?
Are you proficient in medicine?
Nope, never mind.
Okay. Are you?
I
Clem?
am, yes.
Yeah, then go ahead. You kind of staunch his wounds, and he gets the benefit of 1 successful death save.
It's better than nothing.
Okay, I would like to search these bodies because I found 1 health potion. Maybe I can find another.
All right, so you're gonna search the bodies. Anything else?
Just search the bodies right
I-
now.
Mentioned about the sound we hear from the chanting.
She can hear it as well.
Oh, I heard it.
Okay.
It's much clearer now.
What are they saying?
1 second. I'm looking through stuff right now.
Yeah, so going through, you find not too much on them. They don't even have these ones don't even have pouches on them. However, you do find up near where the chamber pot was what appears to be some kind of scroll with some strange spider-like writing on it.
Spider-like?
Yeah. It doesn't appear to be in characters that you are familiar with, but it's very fine and delicate script of some kind on a very, very high quality vellum
Can you read
scroll.
this? I'm gonna show it to Clem. Or, yeah.
I take a look at it and probably not.
No, it's a bit of a mystery to you.
What are we supposed to do? We can't just leave him here. I can't do anything. Can you do anything?
No.
What do we do? Should we leave and go get help? I mean, because from the sound of it, whatever. Oh, what am I hearing from the chanting? I'm gonna focus on it for a second and see if I can figure out what they all say.
They're not exactly in perfect rhythm. So it's a little bit garbled. But what it sounds like them over and over saying, bring the dark, bring the deep, come Bane, take what is yours. And over and over and over. And as you're listening, trying to hear beyond that, you kind of hear one voice shriller in the back, just calling out you hear him saying in Goblin, calling out the name Bane, and then making some kind of chanting that is not actually Goblin. You're not quite exactly sure what it is.
I will relay that to my friend.
Oh man. That how many can you tell how many are in there?
Can I?
This area right here, there is clearly what used to be a stone door
Okay.
right there. However, it has been smashed. Right now, it is not completely cleared away. You can get past it, but they broke this stone door to get to what is beyond it. Make a history check, since the dwarf is unconscious.
I'm proficient in that. So I added my, or is it already added in?
No, 4 plus 4, so yeah, 8. Your rolls tonight,
Oh,
boy.
well. Okay, yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah. It would have taken something pretty strong to break that door.
Something big in there.
I don't think we can handle this with just the two of us.
I think you're right. It seems if they're doing a ritual right now, we don't have much time.
Yeah, but we'll get our way if we go in and die. Like, oh. There's nothing.
Well,
Like-
Adric's going to die if we don't get him help.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking about. We can't help him if we're
Edric
dead.
needs to roll his third death save anyway. Now that we're out of contact.
Please pass.
Oh, nice.
All right. Roll a d4.
Roll a d4.
Okay. So as you're applying the bandages to his wounds and checking with your herbalism kit to see if there's anything in there that could help him, you see his breathing start to go into a more relaxed, unconscious, no longer seemingly fighting for life. You think it's going to take him? He'll need at least a couple hours before he regains consciousness. One might actually say 2 hours.
We need to get him out of here.
Yeah, let's go back the way we came, and I guess the most we can do is rest for now. Unless
We could
you
throw this
can-
fire pit into that room and then.
I
take off.
mean, if it's 2 hours, that's more than how long did it take us to get here?
Several hours actually.
Okay, never mind.
However, if you guys took him out, you could certainly find a place to take some kind of rest.
Yeah,
Sure.
that we're gonna have to. There's no way we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
In the way that we are now.
Yeah, we could do that, and I could sit on top of the trap
Door.
door. Let's get him out of here. Can I throw him over my shoulder?
Yeah. What's your strength?
18.
Yeah, like he is a Barbie doll.
Like he's a little dwarf.
Well, he's a little dwarf, solid, in chainmail with a big old shield. So
That's a good point. That's a good point. I'll see if Gwendolyn can carry the shield, and I'm gonna tuck him
Sure,
over
yeah.
my shoulder.
Gwen,
Make sure I didn't leave any of his belongings.
roll me a perception test
Oh.
or a perception check.
Ah!
Man,
Almost a 19.
That was
I would
easy.
literally tell you to burn those things. Otherwise,
I'm
and
gonna change
Clem,
my
Easier
color.
color, yeah.
Clem, give me also a perception check.
Sure.
It's going real great, y'all. Okay. Oh, okay.
Whoa. Yeah, so as you're throwing the dwarf over your shoulder, you kind of are swinging your gaze, swings along that wall, and you're able to make out with the glow from your, I'm assuming that you recast light,
Yeah.
or even to be honest with you, the light that's coming through
This
from this fire, the coals, that the one wall to the top there, up here. It's covered with carvings. It's depicting some kind of knights fighting all kinds of goblin-like creatures, larger creatures with tufts of fur and ears sticking out above, um, and a whole host of those types of creatures. The knights apparently in this depiction are vanquishing them, and they have corpses all littering at their feet.
Interesting. Definitely, I'll bring it to Gwendolyn's attention. But there's an etching in the wall.
Huh. Can I roll a history to see if I knew?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've read about these stories. Are you kidding me?
Your adrenaline is up and you're just having some trouble focusing. So you're not exactly sure. You do get a sense though that this is a very ancient depiction, the style, whatnot, even of the armor that they were wearing is very old.
Yeah, it's old. Let's get back up front, up top. I don't like being in here.
That poor child. But yeah, we need to go.
Okay. On this wall,
Oh yeah, check the other wall.
Sasha,
Huh?
you did see some script
Oh,
written on that wall, though.
can I read it? I would like to read.
What languages do you read?
Draconic, Common, Elvish, goblin
Okay. Just out of
primordial.
curiosity. Oh, jeez.
Wow. All of them.
It's actually written in common,
Uh,
although the script is a little bit more formal than you're used to. And it says, I swear the Execuan oath to serve law, battle chaos, and keep Exaliacus's lore secret.
hmm. Do I know about any of those names?
Do you know? Can you do a religion?
I'm not proficient in it.
That's okay.
Okay.
I know some religion.
Let me see how I do first. 17. I definitely spelled that wrong.
It's okay. I can't even pronounce it right now.
Zalakis? Zalakan?
Hmm.
Zalakis?
You
Or-
know, both of you recognize the name as one of the lesser gods in the pantheon.
Hmm.
You actually know that she was fought for the prime deities in the calamity,
Okay.
and that she was a solar.
She fought with Pilar.
But was greatly wounded in the battle of the gods, the prime versus the deceiver gods, and is rumored that she, to this day, walks all of Exandria, and that lends aid to those who fight against the minions of the deceiver gods.
Wasn't oh no.
This may have been a temple to Zalkas.
Did you write your what's your religion, or Clem? Could you give me a religion check?
Sure.
Um, yeah, you know who she is. You know that. Uh, Gwendolyn, though, you also kind of recall that there used to be holy knight orders of knights who used to fight in her name.
Hmm.
If this is a temple to her, maybe we can ask for her help.
I mean, I don't have an inclination to the religion, but what about you, holy man?
I serve
I-
Pilar.
Can you ask him to ask her for help? We could really use some help right now.
I mean, I don't have. I'll kind of just knowing that there's goblins chanting in the next room. Speak out to Zalakas and
Also,
Pilar that we could use the help, the healing for our friend.
also maybe help
Um,
fighting.
Go ahead and give us a performance.
Oh, you're negative one.
Yeah, your normally stoic nature is overcome by your impassioned and fevered um, plea as you submerge yourself in uh, the theocratic bliss of prayer. Um, but as you finish your plea and your request, you don't get any of that sense of communion that you do when you pray to Pelor and receive his blessing.
Sure.
And behind you, the chanting continues. It has that quality of just droning, ongoing. Kadima, Kadima. What are you doing?
Have you
Going
seen him when you're in
rest?
there, Gwendolyn?
I mean, I can go ahead and look, but it'll be risky. Do you want me to try?
I don't know. We really need to get him out of here.
I agree. Yeah, let's. If we wait too long, who knows what's going to happen.
Maybe you can shout and try to bargain with them.
Have you ever tried bargaining with a goblin?
I haven't.
They're little shits. You can't bargain with goblins. I don't know. Have I ever tried bargaining with goblins?
Think you can make any of those assumptions based on your backstory?
Wouldn't be outside the realm of possibilities
mean,
for
Yeah,
her.
You do speak their tongue.
yeah, I would think you had. I mean, you had to learn it someplace.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can make a bargain for the child. Although something tells me he might be the attention of their ritual.
What do we have to offer?
Their lives.
Depending on how many there are, I don't think they're gonna take the word of 2. 3, kind of. Why don't we go take a short rest, get our wits about us, at least maybe have a third party member? We might just have to take the risk. I can go and scout and see how many there are so we can make a plan. I might die in the process, but that's all just kind of what we do.
Don't die. Don't die.
I mean, I didn't say I was going to die. I could go check, see how many there are, not do anything, come back, we rest, and make a plan.
Let's try it.
Okay. I am going to take my water skin and or actually no, I probably can't do that. Actually, can I take are any of these guys wearing like cloaks or anything?
One of the ones appears to be from up above that you had saw who came back down. And actually 2 of them appear. No, just the one rather. Just one has a wet cloak still around about his shoulders.
Okay, I just wanted to put out this fire. So like is there something around that I can use to like snuff it out?
Yeah, I mean there's some nasty like bedding and whatnot.
Yeah, I'll just do that and like
Okay.
snuff that out, and then I would like to do my sneaky thing.
Okay. Wait.
Yep.
Don't. Okay. As you kind of maneuver your way through the broken remnants of the door there, you kind of you have to step over the kind of remnants of what's left. And as you step beyond it onto the tile beyond, you feel more than you hear a clicking sound as it depresses down, and you set off some kind of floor activated trap. And as you do so,
When it rains, it pours.
No kidding.
basic D&D, guys.
I know.
Out of the side, a on a spring, a sickled blade shoots out and slashes across you. And let's see if it hits you. $14.
Oh no, I'm at a 15.
All right. So at the last second, as the sickling blade comes out, you somehow catch it out of the corner of your eye, and you're able to slide onto your knees as it within inches of your nose. These blades swing across and disappear back into the wall with this movement, and you are not hit.
I would like to try and disable that trap now, if that's possible. Feeling
Yeah.
very foolish.
Give me an intelligence with your thieves tools, please. Actually, no. First, give me an investigation.
Okay.
Yeah, give me investigation. Sorry. You think that you could work something into the pressure plate to disable it. So give me a thieves tools with dexterity.
Dexterity.
Yeah. No, you're able to you feel like you've got enough of it worked out so that the pressure plate won't necessarily fire again.
Okay.
All right, and now you've got your 15 stealth
Yep.
as you go and look around the corner. Or are you just gonna walk out in the corridor?
I'm
how
gonna
you wanna
peek
do it?
around the corner. I was
Okay.
just trying to see what I see by peeking, because
Yeah. No, I just
that's the
wanted
only
to
reason why I'm moving forward.
know. Let me just double check there.
Oh, hey, you can turn which way you're token.
You can actually flip it, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Tempting to be.
Okay.
God, that was such a rookie move. I can't believe I did that.
Okay. All right, so you look around the corner, and you are able to see at the far end a goblin, which is clearly a goblin, but dressed in almost ceremonial type of robes, though they're kind of ratty and maybe used to be made of a much nicer velvet, but now are kind of been cut up and stitched together and you with big rough sinew. But appears to be in the throes of some kind of ecstasy as he's chanting and waving his staff above his head and in front of him. You do see at least two goblins in the room on their knees, and they're the source of that chanting that you hear as they keep bowing and chanting. But you do also see next to this goblin inside of this cage.
Mm. Oh no,
Small
his
little halfling
face.
boy.
Oh.
He seems to be to a point of exhaustion. Though you can even from this distance you can see his face is dirty, and as he cowers inside of this. Roll me a perception. Mm. Behind this goblin that is chanting, you can see what appears to be a beautiful statue of it looks to be a feminine type of form in some kind of armor. And behind her, you can actually see what looks to be a wing on one side, but the head of this thing has been broken and smashed,
Okay.
and it is now painted black, and the entire statue appears to be splashed in some kind of red. It may be blood.
Okay.
And Dunama, Dunamaba, Dunama, Dunamaba.
Mm.
All right, you guys gonna back up and out?
What do you see?
He's there. The kid's there, and they're doing some sort of ritual. I don't know. I don't know what to do. You don't have anything. You don't have potions. You don't have. We should have asked, seen if they had potions.
Sorry, I have nothing. Checking all my pouch. You have a bow.
I have a bow. I can try shooting them, but then we get their attention, and unless we're real lucky, getting out of here.
I can go put Adric outside.
Should we just go for it then?
Are they all armed?
Probably. They've all been armed so far.
I haven't
But
seen
what
them.
concerns me are the larger tracks that we saw. We've not seen
Yeah.
anything that fits that. I only saw some of the room. I didn't want to just walk out there.
Yeah, I say we need to take Adric out of here. I'm at half my health.
Okay.
We can rest, and then we'll have his sword as well. Maybe they're not going to kill the child right now.
That's my concern.
Yeah, let's take him out.
Okay. That's weird.
All
And
right.
I guess
We're gonna.
So-
I'm gonna
sitting.
pick up the. Oh, I still have the dwarf in my arms, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna make haste.
Okay. All right. So you head back up.
Okay. Gonna close the trap door and I guess rest for 2 hours and
Rest and try to wake our little buddy up.
All right.
slap him on
Oh.
the face.
Yeah. So you kind of are just gonna sit on top of the clamp door and take a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit my big turtle butt right on this thing.
Yeah, we
Okay.
only killed 2. Oh no! Oh no! I'm stuck outside. I didn't mean to do that.
What are you doing?
I can't get back
You're
in.
breaking my map. Where do you want to go?
Just right there. I was trying
Okay.
to remember how many goblins we killed, but we only killed 2 because the third one got away.
Right. Well, I think
Wait,
that's
in that small room?
No, in the out here. Because
Oh,
there's the
yeah.
one that was down here
Yeah.
and then the one down
Yeah.
here.
You
Like
see the
we've looted
body right there.
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything like in the ruin like area that we're in like
As far as
anything
a
goblins
random
would have hidden?
potion just sitting around waiting to be found.
Yeah. What
I'm gonna
happens
look
in
for more
video
signs
games?
I'm gonna look for more signs of that Zalakas, any etchings or anything. Actually, yeah, just no. Never mind. I'm gonna stay sitting on this trap.
Yeah, don't move, please. Stay right there.
All right.
Thanks for
Well,
you
I
for the
think that we went a little long tonight because of some of those technical difficulties earlier, but I think this is a good place that we can take a break and see what happens
Well,
when
Oof.
next we reconvene. So thank you. That
Oh,
was
we're not doing experience level up.
stressful and fun.
First level, yeah.
Yay!
man, my
That
first
kid's
hit
gonna
on
be-
me, dead or unconscious.
Alright.
Never a dull
Well,
moment.
that's